Target Trading Academy.
Good afternoon, everybody. Preston Vogl here with today's Micros Market Recap. Well, let's get right into it. Today is Wednesday, July 27th. It's about 4:16 p.m. after the New York close here. Let's get right into it with micro oil. So oil, I don't know why it's not. Let me scroll back. I'll just do it over here first. Get back to that time. So we opened pretty much right on that balance from yesterday, right in the middle of the range. Had a huge move down at that HVA edge. It kind of just overextended and went back up. And then you can see as we scroll through, round trip in the market, buyers stepping in. Well, they only got so far, fake out with that breakout, and they came back down. Couldn't quite make any new lows for the day, but then, well, guess what? You get closer to lunch, and buyers put the pedal to the metal, and you were pushing to get outside of the range from yesterday, but we closed just before we got there for the day. But ultimately ending up net positive for the day. Gold also closing net positive. We opened pretty much just ever so slightly above the range from yesterday. Had a move down and they just stalled. You can see how they stalled in that area. Sellers couldn't take it any lower, and if you can't go any lower, you've pretty much only got one way to go if you don't go sideways. And well, they did go sideways, and then they just drove it up, and then you have the news coming out at 2 and 2:30 and ultimately drove it up even higher after it closed. Equities have been grindy all day. If you just go back to the open, ES, NASDAQ opened gap up from the close and range, and you had pretty much sideways movement. Attempt to go back into the range, but it was stuffed at that HVA level that was given to our students the night before the next day's trading activity. And guess what? Once, twice, boom. And they did not look back. And then for a very long time, they just went sideways. You can see that whole hour or so they went sideways, and it just became very choppy, grindy. And then we got news coming out, and you can see that activity. Bunch of buying, selling, and then more buying. And you'll see that just takes us right on up here to this level. Monster winner there. Again, at that HVA level that was given to our students, ultimately making some new highs and then coming back down to where we are now, but closing net positive. Similar story in the NASDAQ. Just scroll on back and you see that we opened gap up, not terribly far, had initial buying sideways, and then this HVA held its area. And then you've got just buying sideways action. Very choppy like in the ES was, but a little bit more extension on those upsides in the NASDAQ. And then that news comes out. You see, look at these bars just going all over the place. And then there was another run getting very close to some new highs in this contract. And then they couldn't quite squeeze it out. And so that brings us to where we are now for the day. Large extension in the afternoon with the news, but overall in the day, pretty choppy in the morning, not a whole lot going on. Pre-market was really good, and then a few good entries shortly after the markets opened, and then nothing until really after that news came out was today's synopsis of what happened. But if you are interested in finding out more information about how you can get these levels onto your chart the night before the next day's trading activity, feel free to reach out to us. You can find us on Facebook or go to our website at targettradingacademy.com. Get in touch with a representative there, and they'll gladly show you into our rooms, and you'll be able to see what we do on the daily, and you'll see for yourself why we are the #1 trading education company in the world. We look forward to seeing you there.